Hey there, home athletes. Happy Saturday. I have a good workout for you today, 20-minute AMRAP, as you can see, called Lethal Weapon. We have some rounds of a little thing we like to call the Chief, and we have some 200-meter runs today. First off, get the 200-meter run measured out using Google Maps if you haven't already. 100 meters down, 100 meters back. Should take about a minute or so, give or take, on our runs. That stays the same throughout the course of the workout. And then we are doing rounds of the Chief, which is 3 double dumbbell power cleans, right? Dumbbells come from the floor to the shoulders 3 times, 6 push-ups, and 9 air squats. So we have a 1 weighted movement and 2 body weight movements. And the way the workout goes today is we do 1 round of the Chief, then the 200-meter run. Then we do 2 rounds of the Chief, 200-meter run. Then we do 3 rounds of the Chief, 200-meter run. Then 4 rounds. You get the idea. So you have 1 more round of the Chief to do. The first couple times aren't so bad. 1 round, 2 round, 3 round gets a little bit more tiring. 4 rounds, then you're like, okay, this is pretty serious here. So plan ahead. You're going to be doing this for 20 minutes. The one goal today is to try to keep moving forward for the full 20 minutes. So pace yourself accordingly at the beginning of the workout. Don't go too hot. That's a common mistake with workouts like this. And try to break up the movements, or plan on breaking up the movements, so that, again, you can keep on moving. The nice thing about the movements in the Chief is they don't tend to interfere with each other too much. We have kind of the power clean is sort of that jump. It's sort of a leg-driven, hip-driven movement. And then we have the push, right, with the upper body for our push-ups. So the upper body gets a break there. And then we do our air squats, and we go back to a squatting motion. So ideally, the idea of these do not interfere with each other, and we can keep moving forward. Pace those runs out in such a way, like don't do 200-meter sprints every single time, come back in totally winded, have to stand there before you can move on. I mean, try to run in such a way that you come right back to your garage or wherever it is you're working out and get right on to the Chief when it's time to come out. All right, so let me demonstrate these movements for you. So we have double dumbbell today. Hopefully you have your pair of dumbbells at home. The power clean, like I said, is from the ground to the shoulders. So feet are right about hip width apart, abs stay braced as always. We send those hips back. Notice I'm pointing the bells down towards the floor. You just have to touch this bottom bell to the floor, right outside the feet. Have the hips down. We have the knees bent. We start what we call a big kind of jump, right? We're going to jump up, creates upward momentum with the lower body. And then that brings the dumbbells up to the shoulders. That's 1 rep I just did right there. You go right back down and touch. Go again. Touch. And go again. I just did my 3 power cleans. Let me get the timer going. And then, of course, push-ups. Ideally, I'd like to see people doing the sets of 6 of these unbroken, if at all possible. So if you need to put your hands on a higher surface, it's a good way to scale a push-up, because the push-ups do get spicy later on in the workout when you're doing like 4 rounds of the Chief in a row, or 5 rounds of the Chief in a row. You 6, as far as you get. So plan ahead, have something ready if you think you're going to need it. If you elevate your hands up off the floor onto a chair or whatever, makes this movement a little more accessible. And hey, do as many as you can without any kind of aid first, and then if you start fatiguing, then move on to something like that. But anyway, standing push-up, of course, we're looking for plank. I always think about plank position, right? Nice straight line through the hips and knees, belly tight, squeeze your butt, squeeze your quads. And then ideally, the only thing touching the floor at the bottom is the chest, and at the top, the elbows are fully extended. Nice and simple. Hands are right about chest level. Elbows are not up here. They're not pressed against the side. They're kind of somewhere right in between. Looking for about a 45-degree angle off the shoulder. So all the way down, right? Chest touches the floor at the bottom, then all the way back up. Elbows straight at the top. Another thing you can do if you start struggling with movement, or you think you will, is to turn that 6 into, say, a set of 4, or something that you can do unbroken throughout the course of the workout. And then our other bodyweight movement, of course, is air squats. This is probably the easiest out of the 3 movements, I would say, but depends on the athlete. So these, of course, make sure the heels stay flat, feet are about shoulder width apart, hips go back and down. We're looking for a full below parallel squat here at the bottom, and then full extension of hips and knees at the top. We're going 9 reps in each round of the Chief. Nice and simple. So once again, 1 round of Chief, run. 2 rounds of the Chief, run. 3 rounds of the Chief, run, right? So you just do 1 more round of the Chief each time. So at first it seems like you're running a lot more. And then as you go through the workout, you're running less and less and less and doing more and more Chief. So there you go. It's a great movement. 20-minute AMRAP, so many rounds and reps you can do. And then, I don't have this written down, sorry. Look at my phone real quick. Your extra credit. Oh yeah. So, 3 rounds, not for time, at your own pace. I want you to do 15 dumbbell glute bridges, and I want you to do 30-second side plank on each side. So those movements. So side plank, again, 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left. Set yourself up on the floor. We'll make sure that elbow is directly below the shoulder. Want to have one heel on top of the other. We're looking for a nice straight line through the body. Then opposite arm is up in the air. Make sure you can see your timer. 30 seconds on this side, flip it over, 30 seconds on the other side. And then those weighted glute bridges, it's going to work that posterior chain a little bit, aka your booty. Set yourself up. We do these a lot in our warm-ups, of course, as you know, without weights. But for these, be able to fly on the floor, put that dumbbell or whatever weight you have, resting comfortably on the front of the hips. Head on the floor, upper back on the floor. Hips go up, give your glutes a really good squeeze at the top, and right back down. What I say? I said 15 of these, I think, right? Yeah, it's 15 reps. So push your hips all the way up, squeeze your back really hard at the top. It's helpful to have a little pause here at the top, a couple seconds or so, right back down. And you know, if your dumbbell is really light, feel free to do a few more reps here, maybe 20 or even 25 if it's super light. Or maybe a few less if you have a really heavy dumbbell. But use what you got. It's always good to strengthen that backside a little bit. All right, that's what I got for you guys. It is Saturday, so have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Monday.